Hey man, let me just tell you something real fast. Hey, listen to me, man. You know, I came up with the cure for cancer a certain type of way at a time, so I'm not gonna get into it. But I'm gonna say this to my astrological emphasis, or the crown emphasis I call upon me, and my wife. I'm gonna just say it like this, you know. I'm gonna tell you straight up and down, even at a point in time, you know, I have some physics or certain type around me that I'm in the hallway with some individuals, but I'm gonna be real with individuals. I'm gonna just say this like this: if a person has to work for a living to know the reason of the physical reality of the human condition, of the reason of morals and ethics and self-value of the physical reality a certain type of way. It's just like I was cooking and then I burnt popcorn in the microwave. I cleaned the microwave, but I didn't take the popcorn even in my system even at the time. Now a person says, now they worried about, oh, you didn't do this, but you burnt this. I never burnt nothing because I never took it in my system. Even though I'm in the earth, I never took it in my system. I might have ate a dark toasted bread, but I never took it in my system, so there's nothing to worry about because I'm the original man of the original life himself and the original existence, and I'm also the man that made all original origin. Now, I'm not gonna say just like this, I'm about to go in my place right here for a second, but I'm not gonna go in yet, but I'm gonna just say just like this. You know, individuals need to regard the way that they think because if an individual is learning to work, it's like I'm not gonna be with Siobhan Songs. I'm not gonna be with that girl Phoebe from Charm neither of the physical reality. I'm not gonna be with girls that manipulated their physical for a point of existence in life to ruin the astrological empress because they're looking to be the vital point that receives the um the point of refinement. I made the humane condition of my wife a certain type of way, so the way I refine and inject the astrological tree is through a point of purity. So I'm not gonna give them a point of acknowledgement and waste my energy for somebody that's already lying to my wife for the physical. That's just gonna be the downfall of her human condition that doesn't really have the love that I would want to give them at a high point of existence for their physical reality and knowledge. And just like a person, imagine a chick that knows about immaculate conception, and then she says, "Oh, I haven't been with him so long. This is my opportunity when I'm like 100 something, and she about to die, and she wants to come see me looking fucked up and old." She's not gonna sleep with me after she done probably did so much with other niggas because that's lying to my wife and that ruined the purity of the immaculate conception that probably even caused the reason of Christ's death and even me when I was Nimrod, but even caused not death, but caused the traumatic events that happened before in the past, and that I prevented, and that probably caused even Jesus Christ's death in the physical reality because they didn't honor their point of immaculate conception. And let me show you how real this is. As I'm speaking about this, look why I never noticed it. But look at this. A picture of the supper a certain type of way. I never noticed this picture there. I'm not gonna look at the picture a certain type of way there. But that even probably caused them to show me physics, physical reality, and certain other things, and on top of the speaking about things and then things here. So that probably even caused his death in the physical reality, according to other astrological trees, because at a point in those times before I went on the crusade, those were times of real sacred. Those were times of real sacred. Look, as I'm saying this, look. Those were times of real high secrecy, and other people used to know and was preparing for these times and the physical reality of things that I was seeing happening to myself a certain type of way and trying to prevent situations from even happening to me. So these are even the reasons of certain things happening even existing. So imagine a person having immaculate conception in the earth. I made the earth and then I remade my right atmosphere and then a person trying to be deceitful when it comes to the purity of the high consecration of the reason of the immaculate conception. That means those people probably cause the people that's a part of that um, form of the reality of the human condition. Because remember, every planet has an atmosphere, so it reflects on other atmospheres and stars. So it probably caused the reality of a point of the existence to cause the the demoralization and deterioration of other individuals of the physical reality that caused something like that. So that person that didn't honor their immaculate conception even to their planet, their star, or whatever the situation was, probably can record Jesus Christ's death in the physical reality in the paradigm. That's how serious that situation is. That's a question Jesus was asked, and just have to go around and find out, and not even say nothing to individuals or a certain type of way, or a person, even of my wife, to really find out and look at the situation and think what a man been through or certain people been through because of the people's mentality of their ignorance, wanted to ruin another person's acknowledgement because they can't be the individual that made the empress and doesn't need the human condition. They want to be more than what they are. And then as I'm saying this, look, I'm showing you points of physics a certain type of way. Look at this. You know, it just shows you the reflection of even the physical reality a certain type of way. And then look, you know, it's just to show you how real situations are because an individual at a time, you know, there's a little cat over here walking around, but I'm not gonna show the cat a certain type of way. The cat is doing, but you know, imagine an individual at a time that you know doesn't understand or didn't realize and ruining people's high anatomy of their purity. And remember, every astrological empress, when they get together in the main space, they make up the higher empress of the higher consciousness. So imagine them messing up the immaculate conception because remember the main empress of all space has to manifest in the physical reality at the time. So it was like a form of tribute, a form of honor, a form of a real time of a glorious event of the strengthening of the existence of the human condition to individuals' physical reality and to be in the union with me, her husband, that even made her to even strengthen it all the way to the beginning. You know, that's like messing, if a person messes up immaculate conception, that's like messing up the life of the main empress of space. That's like the highest crime ever in the paradigm of time of all education. That's like causing the end of the reason of the human condition of everybody having clothes, wear, and change. Look at that. That's like a crime that shouldn't even. Oh my God. You know, like how should I feel about something like that? Like I would feel so. The things I did in the paradigm because of things, the way how detrimental the situation was. People feared me and was supposed to pay me gratitude and love me, but they feared me for the things. Look at this. You see that? And then that's the reason why people even feared me because of things the way I look and handle situations in the physical reality, and then other individuals at a time it's just and they taking things lightly, doing something like that. Like oh my God, like you messed up the Empress manifestation. That's something very sacred for an individual to be a part of. So imagine I was saying part of me, I had my phone had died and I had to restart the video. But anyway, like I was saying, that's like a person at a time because the manifestation of the astrological empress, it be so on such a high level that a person messed up her point of existence of even a refinement. Because another person doesn't know the reason why I did Immaculate Conception. There was a time, let me show you how real this is. When I was in Brooklyn, I literally did something a certain type of way to stop the Immaculate Conception at a time in a paradigm because the way certain things were happening and the person that was around me, because Walker Paul cooked the herpes chemistry around me while I was in my house and he came inside with it and I had an allergic reaction to it, but I knew it was a herpes chemistry because when the police really tried to run in my house for my economic ideas, because I told you I came up with an iPhone car. It was called like an iPhone car where individual has a covering and then you can actually watch a movie while they pull up in the door and the hood would be actually the actual cover. And then, I was making jokes like, you pull up you used to see the barrel of the gun and loads up and then pull off and then be like, you've been served. You know what I'm saying? All type of, and just peel out and stuff. Or it just says caution, just show you the caution tape out of the trunk. As they pull off, the caution tape will just roll up from the hood to the trunk, and it looks like it falls on the floor by the tire, and then a person just peels out, and the caution tape gone. Certain things in physics a certain type of way of handling individuals in the physical reality for the future when it comes to hovercraft, future technology, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's like pulling up by Miami Beach, and then your car be icy. It just be the icy mountain. You pull up by the icy mountain. Pull up by Miami Beach hot, and it just looks like you on the icy mountain sitting down on the hood of the car. Shorty just pulls up to you. Hey, what you doing? Nah, I'm just cooling, baby. You know what I'm saying? Be all hot, sipping on a wet willy. Like, nah, I'm just cooling, baby. You know what I'm saying? She go, oh my God, his whole car just looks like an icy mountain, and you hear wonderful, soft, romantic symphony music, and he's just sitting on his car with this dealership of the car rims. And his car's like an iPhone, and it just looks so cool, like snow, and he's chilling by a hot day Miami Beach where everybody's naked and just wet, and then a man just sitting over a wet willy like, she's like, what you doing? I'm just pulling, baby, oh, my bad, I'm sitting on the mountain. No, this actually is my car, baby, my bad. Sometimes my car blends into the background and stuff, and I'll be too cool for this sometimes, you see what I'm saying? It's just in a funny situation or something, Shorty be wondering about situations in the physical reality, and just different ways of ideas I had, and they just ran up in my house and then all type of things with the 63rd precinct, and I ended up, leaving over there, but because the guy, like they hide, I told you, I already got so much rid of so much dark matter a certain type of way in a third world country, individuals were coming after me a certain type of way because they dishonored me, and while I was over there, and on top of it, I went over there to go refine the astrological tree and to have a form of wonderful vacation for individuals in the physical reality, but it ended up so much, the earthquake, the tsunami, the earthquake, so much people ended up losing their life because while I was there, and then, other people thought it was because of me, because of things that had happened a certain type of way, so I had to get out of there Air Force One, had to fly me the fuck, fly me the fuck back to, they didn't even want to bring me back to New York. I had to go land somewhere else and take another connecting flight without nobody knowing to come back to a certain place, and then I ended up coming back a certain other places and stuff, and then I was alright, but, it's just funny about the situations, even in the paradigm of time, and then, it's not because of me, it's because the things that they were already indulging in the physical reality, so they caused that tragic event to themselves, because some of them wasn't even supposed to be residing on the island. That wasn't their island of their physical reality. It was an island of the point of existence of their education at the time that I did when I was this island, and then, them taking advantage and trying to overpopulate because they wanted to know of the sacredcy of the forms, because they wanted to dishonor the heads of their calendar according to their humane condition and existence of their social economics. Then other things happen. So I just didn't. I'm not gonna speak about that too much, but I'm just telling you about this immaculate conception. It's like, imagine an individual not honoring the refinement when they're supposed to be refining with me, and then they go refine and go do other things with somebody else that messes up the point of the purity, the reason of the immaculate conception, and then that means they didn't know the reason of the social economic education to their humane condition, to their metaphysics or their mythology, and then cause the death of other individuals, reflecting even if it was on this planet at a point in time in other people's astrological tree concerning their humane condition of their anatomy of light in the paradigm of time, and then caused tragic events and trauma that led, and the reasons of other individuals, the higher condition of the higher mentality, wondering what happened to them, and then because of what individuals' irresponsibility of other individuals, even if they were on other planets, and their atmosphere reflecting on other atmospheres, and then even if we were on this planet, or any star being, or any person that learned a high form of magic that took an oath for an empress or a high form of anatomy or mythology or metaphysics or even an oath of honor or value or for one's regardment, and then dishonoring the reason of the refinement and the reason of the education and of the high honor of existence, and then causing individuals to end up in traumatic events because people partaking in other people's harmony when it came to certain universal laws of the high existence. So that means other individuals were wrong. And it's just like when people try to be, there's like people's like, oh, we can't let them have partake and have physical pleasure. How you ever something like that? I'm on the earth, the energy is already identifying me. You don't want everybody dying just because of another person's stupidity, because they don't want to show that they're wrong because of things that they're already doing. It don't make no sense. A person has to be intelligent with what's going on. And I'm not going to be with, just like my wife, I'm not going to, just like I told you, I came up with the cure for cancer. And I'm not gonna have the cure for cancer. People want the cure for free, and then all of a sudden they don't want to work for certain things. And then when my wife's earth is barren, and then she gives everything away, I'm not gonna have no stupid side chick that done dishonored me in her dignity that says, oh, I'll do you this favor, or your vegetation is gone, I'll hook you up with this vegetation. It's like that chick set you up for the failure to tell you that type of line. She's just kicking some pit line to you. I'm gonna hook you up with this, I'm gonna do this, you gotta do me a favor, I wanna be with this. And then she was already making my life miserable, that caused the probably situation to go barren in the first place. And on top of it, a man didn't even want to be with a certain chick a certain type of way. It's just like Siobhan Saw, Sheba, or the chick they called Liv. Not Liv from China, my wife. The real one from China. My other wife. Not the one that has nothing to do with the four rags and shit. I'm talking about other wife Liv. I'm talking about the Liv that used to be, her name used to be Love, and they called her Liv because she tried to kill the Empress of Love and dishonor the sacred Empress of the Jewel of Love. And at the time, when a person can dishonor a jewel of enlightenment, that listen, there's no type of reflection in the paradigm of time that anybody's gonna tolerate stupid shit like that. Y'all get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And individuals try to be a form of considerate and try to let the situation digress a little bit to try to do something in the paradigm, but she dishonored the whole astrological tree again. So she even if her point of existence that she had that was acknowledging her point of the physical reality going forward, like a child that we had together, like Rags, like Shield, and did something like that, and then all of a sudden, because Rags was the purity of all of them, a certain type of way. So if he dishonored the situation, then Shield, and then Shield's mother going wrong because Shield's mother was the Liv, and she go wrong because she looked like the chick I was showing you, but the energy and the chick I was showing you on the YouTube with the other girl face looking mangled in the middle, and then she was like, you see, this is what the girl gonna look like if you try to, you know what I'm saying? It's just like this chick, Nicolas Cage. You remember him in the Lord of War? I was showing you the movie. Matter of fact, let me just show you real quick. It's like Nicolas Cage in the movie The Lord of War, and then you remember there was a chick in the movie. Oh, this kind of charge, my thing got a charge also. There was a chick in the movie at a time that, in this movie that I'm watching, grabbed this dude balls like, I told you, don't touch me. Like, imagine she was saying cryptology like, don't touch me, and then she's causing me and my wife not to be together, and then causing the barren situation because it's playing in the technology sequence on her planet, of my wife's planet, and the elements, and dishonoring my wife, causing the complication of the physical reality and high anatomy, and then doing funny metaphysics or funny magic, like some witchcraft, fucked up situations trying to cause the end of the earth because she don't want nobody realizing a certain type of way. And there's a couple of them that's doing this, that did that shit. It was Tibet Press wife, the chick Siobhan Swans, a couple other chicks. You have to see what they look like to know for sure for yourself, so you can be able to discern and see the reality of things I'm speaking about. So I'm going to plug this here while my phone is charging, and you can see when I'm speaking about a certain type of way. Because I was just feeling, but I'm going to just show you the reality since we're speaking about this. The situation is so serious. It's such a serious situation. I'm speaking about that. I'm just continue edifying it for your education a certain type of way to have you have a point of consciousness and reflection, just to be able to acknowledge certain things so another person doesn't abuse, and you don't take advantage of certain people, and people can have a chance to even get to the time of love before another person ruins, before other people ruin the human condition of their life, you know? And this is the movie I'm thinking about, but this is the movie. And then on top of it, it's just like magic. It's like fucking up the purity of the digital system, causing the system. These are people trying to confuse the system. That don't make no sense. Like, look at how savage them people are to do that. And this guy's eating a peppermint patty with chocolate, not milk chocolate. It's dark chocolate. Oh my god. Oh shit. Yo, man, listen, man. Let me explain something to you, right? It's like a person telling you to accept the stress and then trying to be a part of the commercial swing. You're so bold to go on television to do wrong, and then trying to tell you accept the complication in one's anatomy because of certain things. And saying, oh, they're pleasing the empress. It's like a person says, oh, I'm gonna go kill a person that's taking advantage of the empress life, and the empress is within, and I'm gonna please the empress. And then on top of it, then he slows down her anatomy to 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 because he wants to fuck up her hormones and confuse it to please her, like he's some chocolate bar, like he thought she went to go Hershey's Kisses and she tried to eat some chocolate bar, so he wants the pussy instead. And on top of it, then he's gonna try to pump back that cellular activity of the chocolate back in the oh my god, in the anatomy to the vein. Oh wow, the real hell with chocolate with milk. Wow. Oh, stupid. Oh my god. Turn off my system to some other stupid shit like that. You know, other people trying to waste point of time of individual footage, probably because they want to do identity theft. And the system is going to catch them trying to do the identity theft because at a point in time, another person is going to break into somebody's account, and then next thing you know, you got your weirdo lookalikes. Because, oh man. Anyway, like I was telling you about the Immaculate Conception, is this like even messing up the feet? Is this like being on a digital system and corrupting the hard drive of the digital system, even in this anatomy, to the social education of this intent, of this consciousness, of the information that it intakes naturally in existence because other people is wearing out the condition of the software being used when it's in the wrong hands and they have the wrong type of influence. And then it is like men like me and it's in the right hands of a man like me, Rafa and GR. But then I'm just one person that has all the earth inside of it, so it's like it was like a combat. It's like I'm gonna end up knocking out my wife. Like you telling me my wife is gonna come out? I'm not gonna sex her. Yo, if she's spoiled inside and I can't even get a form of refinement, I'm not touching her. She manifesting a physical reality. I didn't inject the vein to strengthen her for her manifestation. I've been trying to inject the vein to strengthen her for the manifestation. You're gonna tell me I'm gonna inject a poison vein of the physical reality of fucked up indulgement, and then on top of it, I seen humane conditions of points of reflection that strengthen her consciousness of her first education, and I couldn't refine that vein to strengthen her certain type. Yo, man, she's gotta be stupid if she knows science. It's like I look at my wife like you let the world end because you listen to stupid people that didn't know nothing that wanted to know. Just causing it's like abstracting information from you like there was some black girl or black nurse working in a hospital that's gonna extract the blood from a person of purity that probably a white girl or Asian girl with a fat ass, and then cause her ass to be flat because the fact that she trying to pull, she do funny metaphysics, trying to pull energy from, you know what I mean? My wife better think because, if a certain person doing martial arts and fuck up her life, and they wearing her like some fucking shirt or some clothes, she be real fucked up, man. I'm telling you, man, you gotta be careful, man. People better start taking their work seriously or their career seriously. And then look at this television show. I'll show you with Nicolas Cage. And then the kid that grabbed the chick that grabbed the nigga balls in the while he was outside, while he was fighting for his penis. The guy was fighting for his penis. He said, "You're not gonna take." the guy was fighting for his penis. He said, "You're not gonna take my car." and then on top of it, he tried to rebel because she was already wearing out other individual situations, being deceitful just for money, fucking up people's reality, making them miserable. And then on top of it, because he was, I don't want to speak about the situation. You gotta see the movie for yourself. It sounds like you said the new piss, but it said the new piss. And then you said the new piss. That girl must have got around in life, man. That's a lot of gunplay around one chick a certain type of way, man. And she don't look nothing like the Empress of Light. What the hell is that? Oh, I don't want to think this nigga white. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, it's just like a person messing up the intent of even the purity of the element system of your international security in the light of causing the wrong type of currency to be playing within the system at a time when a person needs higher quality and refinement for the consciousness of things that's happening in the paradigm of time. And then on top of it, then it's like the immaculate conception situation. It's just like a girl going out, having a child, and then having sex with some next man because they want to tempt her to be to sacrifice a man that is like being a strength, the strength in the astrological empress for her to even be able to manifest, and then strengthening the mother to even be on a high level of metaphysics, and then the mother sacrificed her pussy for ignorance or negligence of individuals that wanted to demoralize and deteriorate her because they were probably scared of what they did according to ahead of time, and then probably manipulating her when it came to the history so she wouldn't have known herself, so they could take advantage of her and then demoralize her because they already been trying to murder and waste the astrological empress time because of the wrong that they've been doing in the paradigm of time. And then another person probably mad because it's not their empress. It's just like the 8 little chick lives that tells the empress of this earth, I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna give you that, I'll hook you up with this, or you gotta make sure I sleep with Raphael in jail. Nobody can't sleep with him because when I sleep with him, so and then she's not remembering this shit. I don't even want to be with that other stupid bitch. I don't want to be with none of them 4 chicks. I just want to be with all my other wives. And then, and then this bitch just making people's life miserable, trying to murder everybody, and also showing you individuals, and this is an element empress, and showing you she's already dishonoring the consciousness like she was doing in the paradigm, what she did to the jewel already, and trying to replay the reenactment of the situation just to cause the miserabilization of the physical reality because she had one planet that she couldn't even take care of for herself because she was so concerned about other people's business a certain type of way, and then on top of it caused the stressful condition that caused the strenuous situation in another empress that probably caused her plan to go barren. It's just like a person is like, I cured cancer, and then people don't want to work for the cure for cancer. You got to work the physical economics to put the ethics of the chemistry back in to show the form of light that you're refining or replenishing its existence, and then on top of it to pay me tribute and pay my wife tribute And don't cheat me out of the finances because I'm not supposed to complain about anything. Anytime I need something, it's supposed to be for me in there instantly. I shouldn't have to ask or call anything. I should already have it. So if a person causing the uncomfortability even at a moment, how about if I wake up in the middle of the night, I want to go jogging, I want to go do some other things, I want to do things to keep my life feeling up and happy, and another person's trying to level out my emotions and my conditions because they want to manipulate the physical reality. I was like a fat girl working out, telling me I'm gonna be a rapper in VR. She's already fat and disgusted and fucked up and bloated at a time, thinking that she's gonna come fuck up my reality. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what the fuck you've been doing. I don't know who you took your part taking. I don't know what the fuck they fed you. I don't know what made you. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna wait for this. I'm gonna go be with people who already make me happy. I'm not gonna be with somebody manipulating the physical. You know, a person, you gotta really think about certain things in a certain type of way. Like, even my wife loves the fact that I already got other wives. So when I went to go be happy, it didn't unlevel, it didn't unset. I was never mad at them. I always was already in a happy condition. I was able to come to them and be like, yo, okay, so my children couldn't do it because they had to maintain the purity of a humane condition because they were within her. They're the reason. She's the reason of their social economics. Me, I had so much, so I had to make sure I was able to make. She was able to maintain. I was able to maintain the harmonic energy of her existence, of the happiness. For she could be happy, and it wouldn't cause a destruction because I'm the point of her consciousness. It's not like that B-Wolf situation has nothing to do with me. There's no change in what's going on with me. Another person was learning a point of strength to be one to conquer because another person was fucking up their life because trying to demoralize life. But me, I'm the literal strength. There's no you 1 minute, there's no next thing. Get the fuck out of here. It's like I have a child. The child better be. Don't make me come out my bed and show you why in all type of forms in physics why you fucking wrong, why you should have been doing the things you're supposed to be doing before you embarrass your dignity and then cause a downfall and destruction, and an individual has to correct it a certain time. It's like it shouldn't have to be done in 2018, the year of the reflection, homeboy. Oh man. So it's like, man, it's just like a person saying, it's like a person trying to, my wife can be manipulated by other chicks that just want to cause her parent to be barren, or people of other social economics that dishonored their dignity, that didn't want certain other people a part of this economic system that would have been able to save their solar system planet, that never had bad harmony, and other people trying to cause bad harmony in their physical, in other people's physical condition because they did wrong. This is why history is important, because that everything is important in life. So another person can't be negligent or can't have a time of negligence and then trying to fix situation, because I'm not going to go do certain things to go fix situation because another person's supposed to know to maintain it, so it would have never been no complaint. That's the whole point. So if a person tried to manipulate the physical reality, I just told you the demoralizing of one's intent of the physical consciousness, and I'm a person of the high engagement and intellect of the high reasons of the social economics of the rise of all existence and literally the high points of all physical reality. So in all levels of all social economics. So what is another person speaking about when they're doing something stupid? You know what I'm saying? So it's like my wife don't end up barren because another chick is barren and you hanging out with a chick, just have a fucked up chemistry and of a humane condition that's already barren, like H.A. Lane. If they were barren, they couldn't have other kids after they had their child. So don't end up in a fucked up humane condition or have them girls harmony and they filtering out their humane condition like some Noah's Ark or some other type of situation, filtering themselves on your planet, causing upset and harmony, causing the deterrence of your humane condition that was nothing ever wrong with you, and it's just because they're jealous intent at a time because of what they did, and another person's trying to reflect it on another person while they try to live like a desperado for the moment and cause the end of existence. So you gotta be very careful with those type of people that have stupid mentality like that. And I'd be trying to warn my wife, the Empress, so she could know that things don't like that don't happen, so she could see the reasons of a point of education, because other people do forms of stupidity. Just like if I do possession magic, I have to control the astrological empresses. I'm the only one because I'm the real husband. And for me, I set the order. So once I control them, they've been controlled for a physical reality. Their strength and the reason why I'm adjusting and regarding and refining the humane condition because I was shot in Paradigm in Boogie Night, and then refining the astrological tree is like fixing the magic at a time. So when they times for their order, their strength is so strengthened that they'll be able to control individuals in the physical reality that's doing wrong, so they could be able to save the humane condition for the future of everybody's social economic existence. So a person, I would never be wrong. So what is somebody else trying to do? Another person that is a lower level is not going to demoralize any point of existence of a higher acknowledgement. Nobody's going to pimp a chick and say, "Oh, get used to that." You no. Get the fuck out of here. You know, if you're used to the high point, there's a reason high point. Even my wives had orders. They're like, "Yo, you're not going past my other wife. This is my other wife, and she's the hot." You know, the reason why you're even in existence is because my other wife and me was in agreement for me to even continue a form of high regardment of love. My other wife is not going to come and destroy her love, and then she ends up fucked up in one place because her children wanted to experience all type of things, and then brings the super disease depression back from destroying all type of love that I have in other ways that kept her happy at the time, and the next thing you know it's like a big devastation in the end of the world because they just want to turn around and say, "Oh, please, not get the fuck." I know my mother ain't never had no fucking stupid ass nigga that didn't know what the fuck was going on. Oh my god, it was like, oh, you know, nobody want to hear certain stupid excuses with other people. Hey man, something, man, physics is real, education is real. I tell my wife, be careful because her atmosphere is like a crystal ball. You don't want another person's fucked up anatomy at a point in time that's already fucking up their humane condition of their social economics, fucking up her planet. And if they're already barren, you don't want her barren fucked up situations opening their legs in a certain type of way, trying to cause her planet to be barren at a time, and then try to cause the distinguish or the demoralizing of other people's planet because other people that couldn't control their forms of sacredcy, even when it comes to the natural intricacies of their physical reality of their higher conscience. So you gotta be very careful with this type of situations. And then people, and I'm the point of all existence, and it's like a person trying to make me upset or trying to dishonor me at a certain time, and then I'm a person of honor that needs to be regarded and have all the higher qualities of life all the time, the individual's physical existence, and another person, when you even check the DNA, my DNA even shows you that and nobody else did. So it's like, another person doesn't want to do something stupid. Like, you gotta be educated, man. Don't make me have to speak about certain things like this, and then I'm speaking on YouTube now. For a reason now. It has to. It's like if a person could put stupidity movies in front of me in the physical reality of people doing wrong, I could smack this in your fucking face and say, I'm not gonna rub this in your face. I'm gonna just make you look at it from a distance and say, what is this? Because what am I viewing? And I'm the real Ra and the real Osiris right here. And then what is this I'm viewing? Look. And this is an element. And then imagine a person going through a time, an endless battle because other people's messing up humane conditions. Why are you wearing out other people's emotions that's regarding the higher consciousness of the reason of the existence? Let me sense. This girl shot the guy. She shot the guy in the back, and then You know something? I'm gonna just continue enjoying my night and viewing, things of enlightenment at a time for my humane condition of the reason I'm leaving other consciousness at a time for me to be happy because I don't want the same thing that caused me to end up in a situation happen in a certain type of way in a paradigm after I've been conquered the situation for it not to happen. So, I'm gonna just go continue enjoying the physical attributes of the physical reality. I'm gonna do a little more cleansing right now. So if I just ate some food a little while ago, I'm gonna just make another little snack for myself. Lay down, feel my immune condition up a certain type of way, and go in the form of a slumber for a deep acknowledgement of the humane reality so I could wake up and strengthen myself even more so individuals could be able to survive a certain type of way. And it's just, being real, I'm not going to tolerate other individuals' ignorant emotions because of the things that they do in the physical reality. And I'm a person of high regard, so I'm not gonna have individuals even at a time mess up my intent a certain type of way when it comes to the physical reality. My intent is gonna be wonderful, happy, and wealthy and rich of love. I'm the real love. You know that that hateful emotion. That's other people that cause that type of physical reality to want to see that form of expression. I don't have a hateful emotion. I'm not a person that looks at a person a certain type of way at a time. So, if certain things could be done when it comes to disciplinary action, when it comes to the severity of the physical existence. But I'm gonna just do what I'm doing. I just hope my wife realizes what I'm speaking about, what people have to work to know the reason of the refinement and the strengthening of the anatomy of the intent of the humane condition of the physical reality, and then other individuals can't take from her till they have to stop taking from her because if she ends up bearing is because of what they did and it's because of other influence or other social economics or other people being irresponsible when it comes to the refinement of our human condition, of our consciousness, because a person knows how to deal with the physical reality to keep a feminine being happy. As myself, I know what to keep a feminine being happy, but because the other person wants to live that life of a conquest and cause the upset of the physical reality. I'm the natural law conqueror, still conquering the physical condition. Already did it, set it for the paradigm of time. Supposed to keep it going, and then you have people that's being ignorant that doesn't understand the reason of their dignity and the reason of orientation and order. So it's just like, oh man, and then on top of it, at certain times, they're going into the wrong type of physical attributes of an individual as myself, when they're supposed to not, they're never going to receive my physical attribute no more. And anybody that does that's being deceitful, that's just like a little disease because of the way they're moving in the physical human conditions, even with their mentality, that's going to really cause the deterioration of the vital point of existence of all physical reality, of all social economic implications, of the reason of the even the planet and all the high intellect of all regard in life. So it's like another person, I'm sorry. Mushu had their own calendar. Mushu had stars, and then Mushu showed you the importance of their first calendar because it needed the honesty, and to show you by the end result with the calendar, and it's like, another person, other people that just wanted to live for the moment that did wrong. If they were already wrong, they should have never been out in the physical reality. It's just like at a time a person wanted me to let go. They wanted me to feel such a emotion of wanting to discipline people. They wanted me. I wanted to let the white Joe empresses go. They wanted to let the black Joe to try. I don't know if it was because of pressurization of the anatomy and of the social economic population that was causing that, and it's because of all the wrong that they did in the human condition, and then them overflowing a point of existence because they just wanted other people's secrecy and information because they had the wrong type of idea to the conditioning of the current reality that we're living in. So some people gotta really be educated to know the things that's going on. It's just like, I'm not gonna be depressed looking at people that demoralize or looks on like a physical depression in the physical reality that doesn't uplift a person's mentality or happiness at a point in time. And even if they try to do it secretly, that means it's just like having my money, trying to give me my money. So I hooked them up. I was supposed to have my money anyway, and if I had everything I was supposed to have the way I used to have it, I'm not. I wouldn't. You wouldn't really hear these type of complaints. The complaint would have been more broad on television, and then people would have then individuals would have seen the reason of glory why to 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 seek out and get rid of the individuals that was already complicating the situation in life, causing the demineralizing and demoralizing of one's education. What people did, people got really be educated. Like my wife, don't end up bearing because of other stupid bitches and another chick that's causing a physical current because of the fact that she can't manifest because her point of existence other people already tried to get rid of. It's just like my wife at a point when individuals are dealing with obligation, they're trying to ruin her obligation, and then individuals like, what you said? What you said? And then the individuals running around, and then when I saved my wife's life without nobody realizing, other people was getting into the intricacies trying to mess up the situation because of their ignorance of certain things that was done in the past, and other people that they wanted to dishonor my wife, the Triple Crown Empresses. Then on top of it, wanted to dishonor my wife of the Mings, of other points in my family, the Chin, my Chin family, the Chi family. And then when I went to Chicago, I was in Chicago, I had to call for the things that happened while I was in Chicago visiting, waiting for that one day, just waiting for my train overnight, that was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe the things that was happening while I was there. And then, I own Chicago. and I own the continent. I own this planet. But it's just like, oh man. I don't even travel to Africa no more. How real is that? It's like, and I'm an Africanist. And American Africanist, but it's just like a merit of the constellations. A merit, the merit, the upliftment, the regardment, the exceller of the constellations. America, a merit of acknowledgement of Asia, a merit of Asia. I don't even have to tell you certain things. Like I shouldn't even have to explain it. America is a part of Asia. Have a wonderful life. Love one. All right.